Wasuke Itadori. Wasuke Itadori dies from an age-related illness before the main story begins. His final request, that Yuji use his strength to help others, becomes the core of Yuji's moral compass. This death shapes Yuji's view of responsibility and influences every decision he makes afterward. Sayama. Sayama, one of Junpei's bullies, is killed instantly by Mahito in a movie theater.
Ought to learn some manners.
Mahito uses idol transfiguration to reshape Sayama's soul, killing him on contact. This demonstrates the lethal precision of Mahito's technique, and marks the first time viewers see its effects. Sayama's death becomes a catalyst for Junpei's involvement with Mahito. Honda. Honda is killed moments after Sayama when Mahito continues experimenting with idol transfiguration. His body is warped beyond recognition, showing how easily Mahito can manipulate non-sorcerers. Honda's death deepens the emotional trauma around Junpei's situation. It reinforces Mahito's disregard for human life. Nishimura. Nishimura also dies in the theater attack, completing the trio of transformed victims. Mahito kills him with the same soul-altering technique, emphasizing the random and uncontrolled nature of the assault. His death further isolates Junpei from his peers by removing the bullies who tormented him. It also allows Mahito to present himself as a twisted ally to Junpei. Nagi Yoshino. Nagi dies when a curse attracted by Sukuna's finger attacks her inside her home. She has no connection to sorcery and becomes collateral in Mahito's manipulation of Junpei. Her death removes Junpei's last emotional support system. It pushes him fully into Mahito's psychological control. Junpei Yoshino. Junpei dies after Mahito uses idol transfiguration to reshape his soul during a confrontation with Yuji present.
Help me.
Because the technique damages the soul directly, the transformation is irreversible. Junpei's death devastates Yuji and marks his first major failure as a sorcerer. It also establishes Mahito as Yuji's ideological opposite. Eso. Eso dies after receiving severe internal damage from Nobara's resonance, which targets shared body parts connected through the death-painting bond. The attack disrupts his body beyond recovery, leaving him unable to continue fighting. Yuji finishes him with a final cursed energy strike.
Sorry.
His death highlights the vulnerability of death paintings despite their hybrid nature. Kechizu. Kechizu dies during the same battle when Yuji overwhelms him with enhanced physical attacks. After Nobara applies resonance, he becomes too weakened to defend himself. Yuji's final blow destroys him completely. Rika Orimoto. Rika Orimoto dies in a traffic accident, but her death unintentionally binds her soul to Yuta through his immense cursed energy. She becomes a powerful, vengeful spirit known as the Queen of Curses. Rika's existence drives the events of Jujutsu Kaisen 0 and shapes Yuta's growth as a sorcerer. Her death demonstrates how love, grief, and cursed energy can merge into catastrophic power. Suguru Geto. Geto dies after being critically wounded in battle against Yuta and Rika. Gojo finds him and delivers the final blow after a brief personal exchange. Because Geto's body is not cremated, it is later taken over by Kenjaku. This death becomes one of the most consequential events in the modern Jujutsu era. Riko Amanai. Riko dies when Toji shoots her during the Star Plasma Vessel escort mission.
Let's go home, Riko.
Her death prevents her merger with Tengen, forcing Tengen to halt evolution through barrier control instead. This event becomes the turning point that alters both Gojo's and Geto's ideologies. Riko's death destabilizes long-standing balance within Jujutsu society. Misato Kuroi. Misato, Riko's caretaker, is killed by Toji shortly after Riko's assassination. She is eliminated simply for being involved with the escort mission. Her death further underscores Toji's thoroughness in completing his contract. It also contributes to Geto's emotional collapse. Toji Fushiguro. Toji dies after Gojo awakens the reverse curse technique and uses Hollow Purple to pierce his torso.
Hollow Purple.
The defeat comes moments after Toji's most successful mission as an assassin. Before dying, he reveals Megumi's future sale to the Zenin clan. This information motivates Gojo to later intervene in Megumi's life. Grasshopper Curse. The grasshopper curse dies in Shibuya after confronting Yuji. Although it claims high intelligence, Yuji overwhelms it quickly with physical combat and cursed energy reinforcement. Its death removes one of the barrier's guardians maintaining the Shibuya curtain. The encounter demonstrates Yuji's efficiency against mid-level curses. Ogami. Ogami dies when she uses a seance technique to summon Toji into her grandson's body.
Kill sorcerers, huh? You're a sorcerer.
Instead of receiving only Toji's abilities, she unintentionally resurrects his will and personality. Toji kills her immediately upon regaining awareness. Her death highlights the unpredictable danger of resurrection-based techniques. Ogami's grandson. Ogami's grandson dies after Toji takes full control of his body during the seance. Toji uses the vessel until he encounters Megumi, triggering a moment of clarity. Realizing the implications, Toji kills himself using the grandson's body. The vessel collapses, ending both the seance and the grandson's life.
Fushiguro.
Hanami. Hanami dies in Shibuya after attempting to neutralize Gojo using domain amplification. When Hanami drops the amplification to use their innate technique, Gojo immediately exploits the opening and attacks directly. He tears out Hanami's eyes, rendering their defenses useless. Gojo then crushes Hanami with overwhelming cursed energy, exorcising them instantly. Dagon. Dagon dies after evolving into his true form and activating his domain expansion. Inside the domain, he completely overwhelms Maki, Naobito, and Nanami with summon Shikigami. However, Toji barges into the domain unaffected by its rules and overwhelms Dagon in close combat. Toji kills him using Playful Cloud before the domain fully recovers. Nanako. Nanako dies after attempting to order Sukuna to kill Kenjaku. Sukuna immediately rejects the command and kills her sister Mimiko first. Enraged, Nanako attacks Sukuna but is instantly cut down. Her death closes her narrative connection to Gedo's surviving cult remnants. Mimiko. Mimiko dies moments before Nanako when Sukuna beheads her for trying to influence him. She had fed Yuji a Sukuna finger in hopes of awakening Sukuna and bargaining for Kenjaku's death. Sukuna kills her without hesitation. Her death reinforces Sukuna's refusal to obey or negotiate with anyone. Jogo. Jogo dies after accepting Sukuna's challenge to land a single hit in exchange for cooperation. Despite attacking with maximum output, including volcanic eruptions, Jogo fails to touch him. Sukuna responds by incinerating Jogo with a superior flame technique. Before dying, Jogo receives rare praise from Sukuna for his strength. Haruda Shigemo. Haruda dies after Sukuna finishes his battle with Maharaga. Previously spared for ritual purposes, Haruda attempts to flee once the fight ends. Sukuna kills him with a single slash, taking advantage of his weakened state. His death removes one of Shibuya's lingering threats. Kento Nanami. Nanami dies in Shibuya after sustaining severe injuries from Dagon's domain and Jogo's flames. When he encounters Mahito, he is too weakened to defend himself. Mahito kills him instantly with idol transfiguration.
You take it from here.
Nanami's death becomes a major emotional turning point for Yuji. Mahito. Mahito dies after losing cohesion during his final fight with Yuji and Todo. As he attempts to escape, Kenjaku intercepts him. Kenjaku uses maximum Uzumaki to absorb Mahito, extracting his curse technique. This erases Mahito's independent existence entirely. Naobito Zenin. Naobito survives Dagon's domain after Toji intervenes and collapses it, allowing him to escape alive. However, shortly afterward, he is caught in Jogo's attack and suffers severe full-body burns. Although he is rescued, the injuries prove fatal, and he later dies from complications.